relatively skinny. It may even be too skinny cat. So it was a healthy cat. So removing that sac, then you can see the heart. Now this is where in lecture I was talking about the angling of the heart and things like that. The right side tends to actually be up on the top. So it actually is anterior, or in the cat's situation, just ventral, because it rotates a little bit. So it sits kind of like this, but when we do our drawings and our aspects, we look at it this way, don't we? So you have to really take it and pull it to get it to where we do our drawings and we do our images. So this is the left side here, which actually is a little more dorsal, and this is the right side. So it's not really on the left and right, so just keep that in mind, that it kind of rotates a bit. And our lefting and righting is more of a relative kind of thing. So what is this thing here? That's an auricle. That's on what side? That's on the right side. And so that's covering the right atrium. So the right atrium is right inside here. And if you notice, I can really squish this side of the heart. It is not as thick. It doesn't have as thick musculature because it has low pressure coming in. It's really easy to squeeze against it. This side, I can poke at it and it's really hard because it has a lot of musculature. So you can really see that difference. See, that's the right atrium, or the right ventricle going all the way down there, right atrium up here. So it's really kind of cool. Then up at the top, remember that the blood vessels coming out the very medial superior aspect of the heart are what? They're arteries. The arteries are coming up out of the heart. And so they're going to be the big one and then another big one in front of it. In this particular case, it's kind of bluish. Why is that? Because it's a pulmonary, so it's carrying less oxygenated blood up to the lungs. So this is the pulmonary, so that's number 1. And this is the aortic arch, or number 2. So the pulmonary is right in front of it. See, that's the pulmonary there. Coming up from the right atrium, it comes straight up out the ventral aspect, or medioventral aspect. Okay? And then the aorta is going to be smack out the middle in the very top, in the superior aspect. Our veins are going to come in the sides and the back, is most of what it's going to do. So they're going to come in the sides like that. Okay? But we're talking about artery right now. So going in the artery, we're leaving the heart. The pulmonary is pretty straightforward. It goes to the lung and then comes back. You can't see in this the pulmonary veins coming back because I haven't removed the heart. I'm not going to, because you're not responsible for it in the cat. But you need to know where it is. They're back here, right? Because they're going to be in the back on the left-hand side, entering the left atrium. But that's the entire pulmonary circuit. All you needed to know in the pulmonary circuit was the lungs and the heart and the pulmonary artery or pulmonary trunk. That's all you needed for the cat. That's pretty much it. Now the aorta. Now we're going to go to the systemic circulation. So we're starting in that aorta. The aortic arch goes up and down to the rest of the body. It doesn't go up and then keep going up into the head region. It only goes around and goes down. It has lots of other arteries that come off, but it doesn't have a main aorta going to the head region. Now when you're looking at the venous system, superior and inferior vena cava, that does drain the head region and the tail region. So you do have 2 major vessels going in opposite direction. It is not the true for the aorta, so just make sure you recognize that. Now the aorta comes up, and as it comes up and heads towards its loop, it'll have 2 bits coming off to go up toward the head. I've been trying to pull these off to just make it a little bit more obvious, but it's not. So the one that is going to go up, there we are. I don't have my tools anymore. Somebody took